following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Welcome back to the Big Yak. It's your boy Nico Salimbenny back at it for another week, and alongside me is, at this point, might as well just call him my co-host, Taj Leak, Collins Faison. What's going on?
Wake up the mirrors of my name. I don't know why that's stuck in my head. But hi everybody.
Back for your monthly appearance.
I'm here. I am here.
What's new? Anything changed since the last month? Actually, yeah, something did change. Why don't you talk about it a little bit?
Something did change. I have actually officially finished my barber program that I was doing for the last four and a half months, 5 months. I graduated yesterday. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so from now, I'm looking to try to get a barbershop open within the 4 to 6 months. I'm very excited about that. That's what I'm aiming to do. I've been looking around, looking different places, and hopefully we can find something that's going to be good and that works well. I'm not trying to force it. I want to make sure that it's something that I really want to do. Something that kind of something that's natural. I don't want to just go force, just going.
You gotta let it flow.
Gotta go let it flow. Something that goes natural. But yeah,
good.
That's pretty much what's going on with my life right now. I'm just cutting hair. I gotta cut your hair on Friday because that boy looking crazy right now.
I know. I no lie. I was working out with my dad this morning, and the first thing I say when I walk in, I was like, before you say anything to me, I got my haircut scheduled for Friday.
You think your dad was gonna say something?
Every time I saw him for the last I see him probably once, twice a week. When are you getting that haircut? Yeah. He's like, it's starting to. Today. What did he say today? He's like, it's starting to grow waves. He said you're starting to grow wings.
That's those sideburns is looking real
crunchy. Those sides are burning.
I'm sure your girlfriend is not appreciating that.
No. The only good thing that comes out of this is what me and Bree were talking about was I can finally we can decide to style it a little bit.
That's true.
Go get kind of creative with it.
When is the last time you got a haircut? Do you remember?
It was in September.
Okay.
So it was like 6 weeks.
Okay. Nobody appreciates that.
Yeah, no, it's overdue.
Yeah.
It's long overdue.
I don't appreciate that either. You hurt my pockets. I'm kidding.
It's hard to book with you. I have to book a week and a half in advance.
Oh, my gosh. Are you happy that you have a barber that's so busy?
Well, that's good. You know what?
You don't want a guy. That means I'll give.
You got a barber that you can do walk-ins at this day and age.
But that's also saying that I put out quality work.
That's what I'm saying.
If I'm not just putting on any old thing and just calling it a haircut.
That's true. And you got the full service. Exactly. You have the hot towels too.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about the services. I got a notification on Booksy that you offer new services now. So this is news to me too.
So actually, I think it was less than a week ago that I updated my app. Mm-hmm. And I offer a lot of new services. I do a hot towel treatment with every adult haircut now, so you will be partaking in that.
Let's go.
It's optional,
I remember when you did it.
Yeah.
Like when you were first rolling it out, you tried it out.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yo, this
it's optional,
nice.
but you're doing it. You don't have no choice." I do a facial massages too with a facial cream and everything, and then I also have my top package where you get the facial steamer, facial massage. It's a whole thing. It's like an hour and a half thing. You get a haircut.
It's intimate.
You got a lot of different oils and everything. It's a mood.
It's like a spa.
You really feel like you just get out of there and just be like, ah.
So when you get your own spot, what are the other amenities that you're gonna add? Because this goes beyond just a regular haircut. Like this isn't your good old barber, mom and pa.
I don't know if people
you sit in the corner and you wait for your haircut.
So being a barber nowadays is a very, I wouldn't say just also it's just lucrative, but it's actually just it's a service. So you're doing a lot of different things. You're trying to you're trying to be unique. You don't always want to be like the same barber as everyone else. You want to offer different services, do things that people have never gotten. When I just did the facial thing, facial with the steamer and just maybe last Friday, and one of my clients, he was just like, I've never had this is awesome. he loved it.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta book this again. Like, just giving somebody a different experience that they never had. Not only, I always telling people being a barber, because I just finished class and I talked to a lot of those people, and actually, not to brag or anything, but I actually won most professional as far as my within my classmates.
I saw that.
Yeah,
congratulations,
so,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not bragging or anything, but
brag, do it as you should. You worked hard for this.
But when you're a barber, you want to make sure that you're providing different services, but you're selling yourself.
Yep.
And when you have a first client for the first time, you're selling yourself.
You are your own commodity.
You have to show that you are different. Your personality is different. You have to make sure that you're making sure that you're taking care of whatever they don't like, whatever they do like. They're showing different amenities. Like, it's a whole thing that you want to make sure that you're customizing yourself for your clientele. You have to, just because. Like I said, you don't want to have any barber doing the same thing of everybody else, because then you just want an extra, another guy in this industry.
And I will say, like, talking about like cutting hair, like, a lot of times, like, you hear like the stereotype with like hair salons, and it's like it's like a whole experience. But like even like going to a barber shop, like most of my like distinct memories as a kid are like going to a barber shop, having that like unique custom experience with whatever barber I go to. And that's something that doesn't get, I feel like barbers compared to like hair salons, you don't hear
totally
it as
different
much.
Thing. Yeah.
Like you don't hear like that. I don't know if camaraderie is the right word, but it's like there is that like atmosphere. It's like it's a different very kind of spot. Yeah.
Like I my whole thing is like trying to cater towards grooming gentlemen. I mean, I do female cuts too. I have a lot of different things that I do, but just trying to make sure that when a person walks out of there, they're feeling like they're on top of the world. Yeah, they are not. I can do anything.
You know what?
Like I always tell my clients, I was like, you want to go run some errands after you get a haircut. If nobody says anything, then that's not a good haircut. if somebody just like, oh, yeah, like.
I do plan my day. Like I do errands after I get my haircut. Like I do that on purpose.
Yeah. I need to just go to Target. I don't even need anything. Just go to Target.
Walk around a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Soak it in.
Exactly. Just like, oh man, just looking at your hair, feeling good. It's an experience.
You know what you got to do? You got to add to this experience. So we've been talking. You've been to a couple of these, and we had been talking about trying to go to one. You got to attach a cigar bar.
It's funny. It's funny.
I just thought of this just now.
My uncle, he continuously try to get me to do that, and we've talked about it. And then the way he wants to do it is kind of like subscription based. Yeah. And it's kind of really hard to have people be subscribed to a barbershop. I'm like, not them sounding like it's just. I feel like, if you're trying to get that demographic, I feel like it has to be somewhere. If it would be like a downtown Buffalo, or like
you'd have to go.
It has to be a major city.
Yeah, a more public area. Yeah. Not public. I don't know. The more populous
area. You have to. It just has to. You can offer all these nice things, but I mean, I don't want to poop on anybody's ideas, but you have to just know your customer. Yeah. And my customer is not there right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not there. I personally do smoke cigars. I've been to cigar clubs and everything. Me and my friends have, but it's not for everybody. So you just have to interesting. Know your customer and your clientele.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Ready to talk some ball?
Yeah.
Man.
Pause.
Hey, yo. So, we had a lot of good games this past week on a kind of like what looked to be like a questionable slate of games. So, they all turned out to be really good.
Yeah, everybody performed well. Everybody, as far as the chemistry between the teams.
We had a lot of great games last week. We have a ton of big matchups this week, including a lot of divisional matchups coming up this week. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the NFC North as a whole. But let's start from the top and talk about Week 10, some of the highlights from that week. So I want to start off with the Chiefs' victory over the Broncos, 16-14. Yeah. Man, so what do you think? Are the
super high offense right there.
Are the Chiefs using voodoo magic to win games?
You want to know what I really think about the Chiefs?
Let's hear it.
All right, so I think the Chiefs are the Eagles of last year.
You think so? Okay, this is a new take.
really do think is. I mean, hear
I
me out.
I know where you're going with this, but
Hear me out. I think
yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, regardless, is a phenomenal athlete. He's been struggling offensively, pretty much like if almost every first half, and usually comes out that second half and usually does well. That fourth quarter specifically, he's been almost dominant. But at the end of the day, like it just seems like they're kind of burning like on it, like both ends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel as though like this they have a lot of pressure on them right now.
Yep.
Obviously, they're undefeated. That's already pressure in itself, being undefeated this late.
You have
into
the biggest
season.
target on your back. In
And
the NFL.
then you're also biggest, like you said, biggest target. You're defending a championship, and then you're going for a third championship in a row.
Yep.
I feel as though they're gonna burn themselves out. I don't know if they're gonna be undefeated by the end of the year. Who knows? But also, they do have to play in the playoffs, and they've been dealing with injuries left and right. They've been, they've had what one want to call a Cinderella story, and so obviously the offense hasn't been looking good, even that game, and their defense has been saving their butts the whole season. Their defense has been on S. I'm not gonna cuss on the show, but they've been doing great. Their defense is
on S,
but they're doing great as far as the defense wise. But I don't know. I just feel like I really do think there's a such thing as complimentary football, and I think for some reason I just feel like they're gonna burn out.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you'd expect that at some point it's going to sizzle. But what I'm looking at is I'm looking at their schedule, and after the Bills, they don't have much left. They have this game against the Bills on Sunday, and then they have Carolina, Vegas, Chargers, Browns, Texans, and then Steelers, and then Denver again.
Okay, so
realistically, you're looking at
those last 3 games are probably like.
At that point, they could have the 1 seed wrapped up. They're not playing their starters.
Yeah,
you're looking at possibly 15.
Yes,
but
if you're undefeated at that point, you're going to play your starters.
The players are going to want that
because you want to. But also they're susceptible to injury.
Yep.
If they're playing that late, but if you get a loss out the way now, I'm not saying they should get a loss out the way, but. It'll be just like you'll be in a different position, but you'll still be top of the conference and everything. But you'll have less pressure. You're not playing your players when you need
and you're getting
rest.
that bye. You're going 17-0.
Exactly.
You're the 1 seed automatic.
So I think it really just depends on they're gonna keep playing football regardless. But if they are at a certain point, maybe week 14, week 15, whatever, and they're still undefeated, I think it's gonna be very like. They're going to have to be very, very careful how they play in their players.
It's interesting that you bring this up about how they're the Philadelphia Eagles of last year. So let's turn back time and let history.
You just want to talk about how after the Bills they were terrible. That's what you want to talk about? That's what you want to talk about?
You're already doing your research, huh?
Everybody pretty
They
much.
faced the Bills this weekend.
1-6, I think, after that?
After they beat the Bills, they went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They went 1. They went 1-5 after they beat the Bills.
Okay.
All I'm saying is they lost a bunch of games that they should have won.
This guy.
Let the Bills reverse the curse a little bit, right?
Their defense was the difference between them and their defense was trash that year. Yeah, last year. The Eagles' defense was so bad last year.
Oh my goodness.
They addressed a lot of those problems within their secondary. They got some monsters, even some rookies. Cooper DeJean has been doing their thing.
Yep.
But their defense was trash. So like,
you see that they're calling the secondary white flight.
That's hilarious. I'm with it.
Come on.
I'm with it. Yo, Cooper DeJean is a great athlete, by the way. That dude is freaking monster. Their safety, he's nice too. Like
Reed Blankenship.
Yeah, Reed Blankenship. Yeah, he's nice.
They're lunch pail guys.
Hey, bro. I've had a white safety for 12 years on my team.
First one in, last one out.
I've had a white safety on my team for over 10 years. He's been great. Come on now. Harrison Smith is like that. So
that's true. That's valid.
So he's just white flight. I'm with it. I'm with it. I can't complain.
But looking ahead at this team, the Chiefs, they have Buffalo. Buffalo is going to be their toughest game left on the schedule. Okay. The Chargers are going to play them tough. as they normally do, and the Broncos probably have something to prove.
Yeah.
Again, we don't even know if that might have already been wrapped up by then because that's the last week of the season.
Yeah.
So, that being said, it's like, outside of the Bills, who's going to stop them?
I mean, like I said, I don't know. Like, I mean, because they could lose one of those games that they're supposed to win.
I'm sure.
Because they actually have those.
The odds are so low.
Yeah, I mean, they usually have one of those games.
I mean, if you look back and think about it, I don't know. They're a foot. They're 1 foot. A blown call.
Mm-hmm.
Another blown call.
Mm-hmm.
A coin flip.
Mm-hmm.
And a
Shout out to
blocked
Baker
field goal from being 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
All
of these.
You kind of look like Baker Mayfield.
You know,
everyone
says this.
I'm looking at you. I'm like, damn. I've never noticed it. You look like Baker Mayfield, bro. That's crazy. I never noticed
Everyone says this. What do you? This is the first time you've noticed this?
I've known you for like, I don't even know why I
10
looked
years?
at my watch. I don't even know why I looked at my watch. 10 years. And I've never like, you know what? It kind of look like Baker.
I forget who said that. The most recent. Someone at work said it to me. And they're like, has anyone ever told you look like Baker Mayfield?
It's the hat though too. Like you look like you're supposed to be when he did that coin flick and he looked like.
Oh, he's zooming in on me.
Yo,
Mateo's zooming in on me.
Now imagine we do the coin flip.
Can we get a side-by-side of Baker Mayfield?
Imagine you doing the coin flip and you just like when that face that he made, he was just like.
I said coin flip and you're like, this guy looks like Baker Mayfield.
Dude, that was the highlight of that week for me. I was like, yo, he was sick when he seen. He was like, this game's over.
It's exactly what Josh Allen felt going back.
Bro.
So, but back to what I said. They're just like these single plays away.
Hold up. Can we ask your girlfriend? Does she look like Baker Mayfield to you? Do you think so? A little bit.
Pull up a picture of Baker Mayfield.
We gotta see it.
Pull up a picture of Baker Mayfield.
I'm sorry to interrupt the podcast, but I need confirmation from your girlfriend. With the hat?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, ignore the. You got to get a picture of Baker Mayfield with
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
with a hat on, like Baker Mayfield with a hat on.
Hey, why is your phone not working? What's going on?
Sorry, guys.
Oh man.
We have technical
While you're pulling this up, they. I mean, we're looking at a team that should not be 9-0.
No, they should not.
So, I don't know. Taking a look at the Bills. The Bills are favored by 2.5 points right now. No, -2. They're favored by 2 points going into this matchup. I almost like the Bills at -3. Like, I think they win by a field goal.
You know what's crazy? I actually have them 1-2. Oh, hold up. I just need you to do. Can you do this? Like you're upset. Like. If I could, let me zoom in a little bit.
Let's see.
Mateo, you gotta do some magic over there. Oh yeah, there you go.
You could have kept it. It's already zoomed in. You didn't have to try to keep it zoomed in.
I'm working with the.
You can't be smiling. You gotta look like him in that photo.
Where it is.
Nico Mayfield.
Nico Mayfield.
Baker
Baker Salenbenny. In the flesh.
Shout out to Baker.
Hey, actually, I'm looking at the replay right on the live feed, and yeah, he got it. It's like spot on.
Yeah.
Yo, shouts out to Mateo, man. On the fly, changing things up. It's probably now stuck on a zoom in on me. So,
Sorry, Mateo.
every time I have you on, like, there is so many good, like, clip-worthy moments.
I don't know. I'm so.
We're
childish.
just out here having fun.
I'm very childish, guys. I'm not gonna. I'm a kid. I'm such a kid.
That's amazing. Moving on to the Steelers and Commanders.
Yeah.
Did you catch that game last week?
I didn't watch the game, but I did watch the highlights and everything, and I was like, wow.
Did you see that George Pickens catch?
Yeah. And did you see that George Pickens interception?
I knew you were gonna get.
Yo, what made you that mad that you just like forget the ball? I'm about to go for the DB. I was like, what's going on? What did he say? What made you that mad, George Pickens? You gotta love him. You gotta love him.
He's one of one.
He's one of one.
I saw a tweet. It was like, "There's nothing going on in his brain except for young boy lyrics." It's just young boy lyrics.
Facts. Yeah, he turned into straight young boy. I was like, what is going on? All right, George Pickens.
But, man, the Steelers are legit. This is the crazy. I mean,
I was surprised.
I had my doubts. I'll be honest. I had my doubts about the team because I thought a lot of that was just down to coaching. Every time you're on the show, we talk about winning organizations and losing organizations. They're winners, but I was not trusting their offense going into this week. I thought that I thought it was going to be a runaway.
Can I ask you a question?
The Commanders.
Can I ask you a serious question? Do you remember that year that they went undefeated, like 10-0, I think? Do you remember that offense?
It was Ben Roethlisberger's last year.
Yeah,
right?
but did you remember how?
Oh, it was putrid.
That offense was really bad.
It was putrid. Yeah,
and
that's fair. That's a good point.
I would never. You know how the people say don't bet against Tom Brady and
Yep.
I would never in my life bet against their coach. Like he's like that. He's like that.
The thing is, they're beating teams pretty soundly too. Like
Yeah,
their wins are
defense.
big.
They know defense.
they
They know defense.
blew out the Raiders. I mean, sure, but they blew out the Jets, and this was right at the peak of the Jets. I think this was right when the Jets traded for Devontae Adams. They came out there and knocked side. Ever since Russ got there, he's been cooking. Ever since Russ has started back in the lineup, he's been cooking.
You're not convinced me the Jets are legitimate at all.
You know what?
Loser
honestly,
organization. I'm gonna keep saying this.
Yes, 1,000%.
Can we talk about the Pan? I'm sorry, not to go off on a tangent.
First dub?
Yes,
Bryce Young first dub?
Don't they won twice? They won last week,
They
and then
did,
they won
but
this. Yeah,
was
he won. He did the winning drive. So
yeah.
so second in a row. But and I actually I watched that game too because it was in the 9 a.m. game. But that is such a loser organization. They just trading everybody
They've been
away.
lost since Cam Newton.
They just like, yo, you know
They've
what?
been lost.
We're gonna get rid of Mingo. We're gonna get rid of Deontay Johnson.
We're gonna sign Chuba Hubbard.
We're gonna sign Chuba.
We're gonna have a $25 million running back in Miles Sanders. We're gonna have a $30 million running back now in Chuba Hubbard, and we're gonna have a second-round pick that tore his ACL.
We're just doing stuff.
You know what? At least they're trying to find an identity. At this
They
point,
want to have a running game in today's league.
Listen,
Today's
the
league?
league's shifting. The league's shifting. My guy Ashton Jonty's going to be the future.
Do you really
Boise
believe that?
State,
I
1,000%.
Ashton Johnson.
1,000%. 1,000%. He's going to go to a
Really?
really needy team like Dallas, for example. Dallas will use it the Dallas is going to have a top 10 pick this year. Dallas is for sure going to have a top 10 pick this year.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think Austin Jonty and is he as good as or better than Bijan Robinson coming out of college?
That's a good question. I think that they are on the same skill level. I think, again, we have this rare occurrence where we have two generational talents that are kind of close to each other in terms of how soon they came out of the draft. I mean, you're talking like in level of like Saquon Barkley, Bijan Robinson. Ashton Jonty's right there with them in generational talents.
Okay.
I would put him right then and there.
Okay.
I honestly think that he alone will change how running backs get paid. If they haven't already started to change already. We're starting to see that shift again, and I feel like Bijan Robinson is going to demand a large contract.
Depending on depends on how good the Falcons are, but yeah.
Definitely. But even him as a player, I mean, he individually performs every single week. We're seeing teams now shift back to big men, pass heavy, like the Bills. The Bills, for example, lead the league in having a 6th offensive lineman on the field. They're adding this identity where they're getting these jumbo packages because every single team is now playing 2 safeties high.
Yeah, well, you know your team's gonna throw 50 times a game.
Exactly. Well, that's
The Bills.
exactly what happens. And so, you're starting to see this shift in mindset where the game is kind of like reverting back to a running game, where it's going to be a run-heavy team. You're going to build around your running backs again. Right as soon as we switch to this like running back by committee era, They started
Sorry, I'm
finding
not tired.
generational guys.
Nico was telling me we were talking about something serious. I'm just, but yes, I agree with you. I mean, I would hope that we have make sure the running back role is. I've been advocating this for.
I feel like every single time I've had you on the show, and even in years past, you pay the running backs.
Yeah, we got to pay these guys. Like, I mean, I remember when it was when we were kids, how important that role was. Like, nobody really wanted to be Drew Brees.
This was the exact same thing.
They wanted to be Reggie Bush.
This is the exact same thing I was saying to Damien last week. Him and I were just talking about this. I had him on the show, and we were talking about this running back situation where, when you look back at your era of growing up with football, you're not thinking of wide receivers. Maybe you're thinking of Randy Moss. Sure.
Yeah.
Right? You have Randy Moss, but that's it. Like, it's not like where you have a Justin Jefferson and a Stephon Diggs and a Jamar Chase and so on and so
Tyreek
forth.
Hill,
You think you have your LaDainian Tomlinson. You have your Reggie Bush, so on and so forth. You have
Adrian Peterson.
Exactly. Adrian Peterson's another
Sean
one.
Alexander.
See,
the
exactly.
name goes on. Like, I mean, you can spill out so many running backs back in the 2000s that we loved.
And then we started seeing the shift back. Like, I think there was a moment where Michael Thomas had that year, or however many receptions that he had with Drew Brees.
Over 145.
It was 145. He beat the reception record. I think that was the tangible shift that we saw it go into a deep game. It led into the drafting of Patrick Mahomes. It led into the Josh Allen era, and every team is trying to find the next Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, and so it caused all these wide receivers to get paid because they need someone to throw to make these quarterbacks look the way they are.
I mean, yeah, and also like passing and everything. The passing game has gotten so much more efficient. It's ridiculous.
Exactly it. Well, that's exactly it. And so then teams started to figure it out. So then we have 2 high safeties every single week. We have 2 high. We have even 3 high. You see Tampa 2 all the time. You see Tampa 2. You see 2-man. You see 2-man deep every single play.
That's a fact.
And so teams are starting to notice this. So they're like, all right, fine. We're gonna play jumbo. We're gonna play with a bigger. We're gonna play with a bigger package and just
it really is.
outman you.
This league is such a. It really is a copycat league.
Yes,
like,
1,000%.
So, yeah.
But yeah, no, like I was saying this to Damien last week, where I was like, I don't want to sit here and be like Joe Brady is like an offensive guru, like he's gonna be the next big thing. But no team is playing more 6 lineman sets than the Bills right now, and I have a feeling that we're gonna start to see a shift in how the game is played, and it's going to start up front in the trenches.
It depends on how successful you guys are. If you continue to be successful and you're a legitimate team and your offense is working and clicking, then it's definitely going to work.
1,000%. Moving on, your Vikings.
Yep.
They win a barn burner.
Tough one.
Hey, a dub's a dub at the end of the day, right?
A dub is a dub.
12-7.
12-7
versus the Jags.
Yep. Mac Jones.
So, how about that interception at the end? Was it Cam Bynum that had it?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. How are you feeling after that victory?
I was feeling a bit. I was feeling hella anxious that whole game. I'm not gonna front to you. Like, I mean, I went into the game like, oh yeah, bro, Jags easy dub, bro. We playing in the AFC South this whole for our thing. I'm like, yeah. Also, by the way, we actually are playing the same divisions.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, the NFC North and the AFC East have the same
division that we're playing against. But and I'm just like, this is easy whopping. We already beat Texans. We beat I think we beat the Colts.
I would say blew out the Texans 34-7.
Yeah.
Beat the Colts 21-13.
And then we got Titans this week.
We got Titans this week. Yep.
Yeah. But so like I'm like, yeah, the AFC South, this is light work. But I was like, yo, coming into that game and then just how we're playing, I was just like, what is going on? Like, it was just, I don't know. It just, everything wasn't, it didn't feel like it was flowing and just naturally.
You know what? I think that was a good win for this team in terms of, okay, they can win those gritty matchups. I think that kind of helped legitimize them.
We've had a couple games where people can come back. I mean, we lost against Detroit, and that was a very gritty game. Yeah. Even like we were going back and forth and everything.
31-29.
Yeah, and then they came down to a kick, and then I mean the Rams game, but that was a master class of just good throwing with Master Stafford, and then also they were playing against one of their mentor mentee games. So like,
was that the week that Cooper Kupp came back?
Mm-hmm. Cooper Kupp and Puka came back.
That's right.
Week. So,
Puka got suspended that game.
Yeah,
right?
so that was a game where but also Sean McVay was playing Kevin O'Connell, and that's was his offensive coordinator. So Not to say like, oh, he knows everything, but at the same time, you know
Similar systems.
You know
Yep.
where you came from. So like he can tell you. I can tell you that Justin Jefferson plays plays Cooper Kupp's role. He's coming inside, outside. He's coming, and then they're playing. They know how to cover him. They're gonna play usually three-tier breaks. So like if he's whatever he's coming out the tree, they're gonna have certain player covering him. So it is what it is. I mean, it was a good game. I mean, I wish we would have won that game, but it is. But back to this game, it was just a dogfight and
Gritty.
very gritty game. And I'm happy to get a dub and everything. Like you said, it's one of those games where you can see your team kind of gauge if they can win those games. That when it comes to playoff time, because when it's playoff time, those high scoring games don't usually come. They come few and far between. So you're playing those very very gritty games. So yeah, I was happy with the win.
I want to move on to Bills game. Bills dominated the Colts. That last score at the end that made it 30-20, I think definitely made that game look a bit closer than it was.
Yeah.
The Colts hung in there for a little bit, but this game just felt like
Joe
it was
Flacco
all
was
Bills.
just giving the ball away.
Oh my goodness, he was handing out turnovers like a bake shop.
Dang, Joe, what's going on, man?
First play of the game, pick six. Hello, Taron Johnson.
Yeah, I seen that. I was like, I think I was cutting someone's hair, and I was like, I had just finished watching the other game, and I was waiting for, on the TV, and I was waiting for the Bills game to come on. It's like it's like 107 and 108. I looked at my phone. I was like, let me just see.
It's already 7.
It's already 7. I said, what happened? Pick six. I was like, wow, that's fast.
I had just sat down for my lunch at work, and I sit down, and I'm like, yep. Right into it.
Yeah.
I said, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
We're live.
We are live.
So, I mean, we'll talk more about the Bills and the Chiefs game going on later in the show, but the Bills, their defense looked great. Yeah, they looked fantastic. That was the best defensive showing for the Bills I think have had this whole season. I think that was really encouraging to see that, the defense can kind of take over games because this was not Josh Allen's best game by any means.
Yeah.
He threw 2 picks.
But I did notice that you guys were having a problem with. It's always that run game.
Can't stop the run. Honestly, it's been an issue since Sean McDermott got here.
Yeah.
They've always played soft against the run. And for a team that has an offensive
then,
identity right now.
And then the guy that also scored, did he score like 4 touchdowns against you guys?
Like 3 years ago, John Daly, when he had like over 200 yards, 4 touchdars at home in front of the Buffalo
anytime
crowd.
I'm playing that person, I'm crowding the line. We're not playing with him.
No. That's the thing. It's like, okay, you rattled. I mean, if you can rattle a 39-year-old quarterback, you rattled Joe Flacco by throwing 2 picks after 2 drives.
Yeah.
Why not force them to pass the ball? Yeah. Stack the box. Like, play big, just like your offenses. Play big. Play with that extra lineman. Get beefy up front.
Also, you
get to the quarterback.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys are not fans of blitzing, right?
No.
Yeah.
Sean McDermott,
not even disguising.
So
blitz.
I had to write about this. So Sean McDermott, every single week, his expectation, what he wants is to have a dependable, solid 4-man rush. His big thing is, he plays the Bills' defense plays so much nickel. I mean, that's their whole identity. Facts. So they have that extra defensive back on the back end, and then they try to get pressure by only running 4. Problem is, their interior defensive line is not getting the pressure that they need to run just 4 guys. Mm. So it's like, where do you put that extra player? When do you have the opportunity to blitz? Because in this soft zone, you're gonna get picked apart down the middle if you send an extra.
So that means Tyron Johnson doesn't even get a chance to blitz at any point?
No, because that's the problem, because he's stuck playing man. He's stuck playing man or that mid zone. He's kind of acting as an additional linebacker in this defensive role.
But if they give that safety, that kind of free will, a little bit, not free will, but necessary option, it just gives the defense a little bit or the quarterback a little bit more to think about.
It's going to be interesting to see when Matt Milano comes back. They opened up his 21-day practice window, so they're going to have just that presence in the middle of the backfield again once Milano comes back.
Now my question is, because the guy that's been played,
Dorian Williams,
he's been doing great, right?
Dorian Williams has been doing really solid.
Yeah, so
I think they'll probably ease him back in. I mean, you saw this back when Matt Milano was I think it was either his rookie or his second year. They kind of slowly shifted to him from the previous starter. So I have a feeling you're going to start to see a timeshare of snaps to keep the teams fresh.
Who was the person replaced?
I can't even remember. It wasn't Lorenzo Alexander. He was playing alongside Lorenzo Alexander at that time. No, it wasn't Edmonds.
Okay.
It was they when they used to play 3 linebackers midfield. I forget when they. I can't think of who it is,
Yeah, I
but
can't.
oh, you know what? Tanner Vallejo. That's who it was. It was Tanner Vallejo.
I don't even know who that is.
See, that's a trivia name right there.
I don't know that man. Shout out to Kiki Palmer.
Yeah.
I don't know this man. Right
And then that's exactly it. Then Matt Milano became Matt Milano.
Okay.
Now, Matt Milano at this stage in his career is still light years better than what Tanner Vallejo was. So it's going to be interesting. You know what? They're going to have a wealth of talent.
Tanner Vallejo's never going to watch the show. He's like, I don't like these people.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he hears that. He's like, it's like that 50. Why are you saying that for me for?
Exactly.
Like, I didn't expect to get called up.
Exactly.
But no, yeah. Did you have that on your bingo card today? A
No,
Tanner,
I
a
did
Tanner
not.
Vallejo reference?
Nope, didn't. I don't even. I still don't know that who he is. I feel
But-
bad now. He's like, bro, why
What
you
did he
keep
say
coming
F me for?
Exactly.
But no, it's going to be real interesting to see how the Bills kind of handle and how Bobby Babich, first year defensive coordinator, handles this whole turnaround. Moving on to the Dolphins. Dolphins clinging on for dear life.
That game was very interesting. So I've been high on the Rams ever since they beat us, and I don't think it's just because they beat us, but I just think they have a really good offense.
Well, and they are getting healthy again.
Yeah, they were getting healthy, but like
This is a team that was a playoff.
that game was like very like lackluster. I don't know, like because they were moving downfield a few
There
times.
were a lot of errors. There was some
Yeah.
bad football going on.
Yeah, it was a very weird game. Like I really thought like the Rams were gonna come out and do their thing, and then obviously Tyreek didn't play really well. Waddle, whoever took Waddle did his thing because I think he was projected to get like 50 yards or something like that. He did great that game. They tried to use Achane a lot. That wasn't really working like that.
It seemed like that's what the Rams were kind of. I mean, Jared Verse had a monster game. The rookie.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, he held Achane in check.
Yeah, and then like Rams, they were trying to get Puka and Cup involved and Kyron. It just everything. I don't know the Dolphins defense, and then they were pressuring Matt Stafford.
Yep.
Crazy. Even the Rams pressuring Tua was getting smacked around. I was like,
Have him-
God
have
dang!
him start fencing again.
I was getting scared. I was like, yo. And I'm like, yo, what is going on? And then I see, I think Devon Achane, does he have the help?
Yeah, he's got.
I'm sitting
the
like, Tua,
guardian
you
cap on.
need that.
Yeah, he refused it. Remember, he
Yes,
refused
yes,
it for personal
yes.
reasons.
Personal reason.
Boy, if you don't,
Boy, if you don't, exactly. I'm like, this man is getting
get
tossed
your
around.
damn garden cap
This
on.
dude was getting thrown around like it was like nothing. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
So, and Davey and I were talking about this last week. So, this is a team that's desperate. I mean, their backs are against the wall. If they want any shot at a playoff,
Yeah.
they have to. They can only afford to lose one more game.
What are they, 4-5? I think it was. Like
They're now 3-6.
Three-
They were 2-6
6.
going into this game.
Okay,
and they're
yeah,
3-6.
okay.
They got a trip against, or actually, it's a home game versus the Raiders this weekend.
Okay.
They need to win that.
You
one,
know, it's crazy
obviously.
because like even when we were talking about that game, they were sorry. They were both. These teams that we're talking about, the Rams and the Dolphins, they were supposed to be good teams.
Yes.
Coming into the thing.
Yes.
And then obviously Tua with the injury, that throwing their whole thing off, and then losing both your top receivers within the weeks of each other. That's tough,
Right.
very
I mean,
tough stuff. And it's
The
just
Rams have an excuse with how injured they were.
Yeah.
Dolphins,
I mean, you seen Scott Thompson?
that's valid.
Yo, that was bad.
That's valid.
That was bad. And then,
But even before that,
oh yeah, they were bad. They were because even when
they
in the
barely
Bills game,
beat the Jags.
yeah, Tua was
got
like,
smoked by the Bills,
Yeah.
and then that's when Tua got hurt.
they were getting smoked. Yeah, because that's why Tua even
Two or
put
three
himself in that.
picks. Yeah.
He put himself in that situation because he was playing terrible. So yeah, that's true.
You know, the big thing too that I liked out of the Dolphins was they got the rookies involved. They got Chop Robinson. He got another sack this game.
Yeah.
2 games, 2 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Malik Washington had that touchdown, so they're actually getting
Yeah,
their guys involved, which
the young people involved.
is huge. So looking ahead, they have the Raiders, they have the Patriots, and then they have the Packers, Jets, Texans, 49ers, Browns, Jets again. I mean, realistically, they could.
I'm going like what was that 7 games?
1, 2,
7 games?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. I'm looking
4
at that.
and
I'm
4.
seeing 6-2.
I see 4-4.
I'm seeing a ceiling of 6-2 and a floor of 2-6.
I see 4-4. That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them winning that
I
Raiders
think
game.
split with the Jets,
Yeah.
win the Raiders, lose to the Niners, lose to the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably. I mean, that's realistically what's going to happen. But I don't know. This team's desperate as the playoff picture starts to
I
form.
mean, it could go 6-2. You never know. But
and I don't even think 6-2 is enough. That only puts you at 9-8. In the AFC, there's a lot of dogs in the AFC.
bro, I feel like it's so many teams that got. How many teams that got two losses? I don't even know. I just been sitting there thinking like, dang, there's a lot of teams with 2 losses.
There's 1,
Or-
2, 3,
or less.
4, 5,
Oh,
6 teams with 2 or less losses.
That's crazy.
We have
How many people in the AFC?
the
How many teams?
there's the Chiefs, the Bills, Steelers. That's it.
Okay, because then.
But there's a lot of teams. So I think you're thinking of teams with 3 or less losses.
Okay.
And teams that have 3 or less losses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 teams
Crazy.
that are 3 or less in
That's
the loss
crazy,
column.
and we're week 11.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, there's a lot of good
We got
teams
7
here.
more weeks.
And that's the thing. I don't think 9-8 makes it because you're gonna have only one team can win the AFC North.
That's true.
Right now, it's Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has only 2 losses, so
And then
the Ravens have 3. Yep.
And then Cincinnati has what? How many losses they got?
Cincinnati is 4-6, and they're going to be trying to claw.
They're gonna
for a
be
playoff
trying.
spot.
I will never count them out.
So then you got to look at teams like the Broncos are 5-5. They're still in the hunt. You have the Chargers that are 6-3. You have the Texans that are 6-4. So all these teams, I mean, you're on the far outside looking at the Colts for crying out loud are 4-6. I'm not saying that the Colts are going to make it, but
Anthony
that's a
Richardson
team
is
that
starting
is
this week.
ahead of the Dolphins. So I don't know. It's gonna be a tough climb, but that'll definitely be the one to watch. And this is
It's the climb. I don't know why I got stuck in my.
Miley?
Shout out to Miley Cyrus, man.
But yeah, no, this will be interesting to watch, especially for a team that was favored to win the division this year.
Yeah, they were favorite because I think I picked them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
I think I picked them
I'm
too.
sorry.
To be completely honest, I think I picked them too.
I'm sorry.
So,
All Bills fans, I'm sorry
before we move on,
because it's like you guys are like, how many games do you guys right now? Right now?
oh god, it's like 5. Yeah, the Bills are
Golly.
8-2.
Golly,
The Bills are 8-2, and the rest of the division
five
is 3
games
wins.
ahead is crazy.
5 games ahead with
In
everyone.
week 11,
Patriots, Jets, and Dolphins all have 3 wins.
that's disgusting.
Yeah, this division wrapped up in 2 weeks.
That's crazy. I think I did say that. I was like, yeah, if they win the next 3 games, I'm like, they don't even have to worry about.
No, I mean you can pretty much book your home playoff ticket.
Book 'em.
You can book your home playoff ticket right now. Before we move on to what's going on next week, you see Debo punch his long snapper?
Yeah, bro. You know, it get crazy out here. Actually, he didn't punch him. Oh, he punched the kicker, but she was choking the long snapper, and then the long snapper hit his hand, and he ended up punching the kicker. Shout out to Moody.
Man, Moody
Yeah, bro.
Moody ate one for.
Yeah, facts. He definitely ate one.
Oh man, that's a
That area sport, bro. There's a lot of attitude, a lot of machismo.
Yeah, I like that.
A lot of machismo.
Okay,
and,
all right.
and testosterone going on around. So people get a little too angry, even at your own teammates. So, yeah.
And them Niners, it's gonna be interesting. Another one to see. Yeah, they got Seattle, Green Bay, Buffalo, Bears, Rams, Dolphins, Lions, Cardinals.
They'll still make the playoffs. I don't think
wild card.
they're not the team that they used to be. I mean, obviously,
No, they're getting older.
but it is what it is. I mean, losing Ayuk definitely hurt too, because he was just starting to get into his rhythm after missing well, he didn't miss, but he just because he started off so late, it messed up his potential for the first couple weeks.
Yeah, and then Christian McCaffrey came back. So, I mean, this is still a team with a fighting chance. And,
Yeah.
oh, man, I can already just slam the overs on Christian McCaffrey versus the Bills. Anything and everything, just slam the overs on.
I need a haircut, by the way. Barber. Also, I want to say, if you're a barber and you have a nice haircut, you're not working enough.
That's right.
That's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just pinning out a PSA. PSA. If you're a barber in this industry and you have a nice haircut all the time, that means you're not working hard enough. Come to Taj Tapers. You can get me on
Get
Booksy.com.
right with ya.
Get with me.
I want to take this time right now to say that I am proud to continue to be partnering with Underdog Sports. It's my favorite place to play fantasy games. Gotta check out their pick'em. It's so easy to play. You just pick 2 to 10 stats now of your favorite players and choose whether they'll go higher or lower. You can 100 times your money by going 10 for 10. Does that sound like fun? Download their app and sign up today using my code BIGYAC. That's BIGYAC to get your first deposit of up to $100 matched. Cannot wait to see your entries. Back to our regular scheduled programming. Also, actually, nope, another commercial. Just want to give a quick shout out to SeatGeek. SeatGeek is my favorite place to buy tickets. Use my code BigYakPodcast to get $20 off your first purchase for tickets. What's super cool about SeatGeek is your Big Yak. Use code BigYakPodcast. What's super cool about SeatGeek is they have a scoring system for people listening are gonna be like, "What?"
All right, I'm sorry. Continue. I'm the worst.
SeatGeek's got a really cool grading system that they use for tickets. They take the seat itself, the view that you get, and then the price that they're offering for that ticket, or that the reseller's offering for that ticket, and they give you a grade on how good or bad that seat is. So you can kind of use their method to find the best seats for your money. Okay. So once again, check out SeatGeek. Use my code BigYakPodcast, BIGYACPODCAST. Look at that. I was pretty proud of myself for that one.
Man, my panties are wet right
Woo!
now.
Woo! Yeesh! Use my code and get $20 off your first order. All right. Want to talk about Week 11?
Week 11.
We got some games this weekend.
Yes, we do.
Starting off this weekend, we have a lot.
We're getting a very important part of the year right now. This is a very important part of football.
This is where teams. This is where you figure out what teams look like.
Yeah,
we're past the midway point. The trade deadline's
done.
Over. You're with your teams and you're sticking with your teams.
So about this to about week 15. About that 15, 16, we'll see.
We're in the grind time of football now.
Teams are really gonna what are you made of? All right.
And it starts off with a big one. Commanders at Eagles. Thursday night football.
Okay, this game right here. This is always a fun game. If you're an Eagles fan or a Commanders fan, if you know this history of this team, they go at it. They go at it.
And even when Washington was not a great team,
doesn't matter.
Still dogfight.
This is always a dog. It doesn't matter who's throwing the ball. They just go at it. So I mean, this is gonna be a good game. I don't even know what the over under is.
I'm glad you brought this up because I almost like the Commanders here, especially with the points plus 3.5. I'm getting a half point. I can get them by a field goal.
By a field goal, that might be it. I mean, also
to be honest, I like the Commanders
because they're not a bad team. We're not talking about when they were a bad
That's
team.
What I'm saying. Where it's like they were keeping it close when they were a bad football team.
Yeah.
Now they're a good football team, a good organization, top to bottom.
Yeah.
They have a star rookie. I mean, it's just like the Texans from last year, and then the Lions from the year before.
Yeah.
These teams.
I don't want to say that.
Stellar.
Yeah.
You're not there. I mean, I've been high on the Commanders all season.
No, I know. I'm just talking about the Lions. You know, I don't like the Lions.
But I mean, yeah, you can get on FanDuel right now. You can get plus 3.5 for the Commanders at minus 105. I'm taking that.
Yeah.
I'm taking that straight to the bank.
I'm taking that too. I definitely would take that.
Over under is set at 48.5. I would parlay the Washington 3.5 and the
You're
over.
Taking over? Okay. So it's 23 or 24, 27? That's what you're giving it?
I would say 24-27 is a fair.
Okay.
That's definitely a fair play.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you bunch those together, you're looking at plus 250.
Okay.
That's easy. $10 to $35 right then and there.
I forgot. Nico likes to do these little small bets, guys. I forgot.
You got it. Yeah,
He'll do a two leg parlay and win $35 and be good with that.
That's what I'm saying. You got to build the bankroll. I'm not gonna sit here and piss away all my.
I'm a 4-legger usually, and it'd be it might range from plus 500 to plus 1,000.
Don't get me wrong. I'll throw in some of those huge ones, but
I'm not a. I would never be a 16, 10 legger.
Well,
I'm just
that's
lottery ticket.
That's what D'Angelo does.
Lottery-
He'll do like alternate for everything. He'll be like, all right, I'm gonna put $1.50 on this, and then it's gonna be like this guy 2 receptions, this guy 10 yards, this guy 3 catches, this guy, I don't know, a sack, this guy 200 passing yards.
That's a headache.
It's too much to keep up with.
Lottery
You need
ticket.
way too much to go on.
No, I'm good. I'm good on that.
But anyway, going back to this game, I mean, this is 2 offensive powerhouses going at it. You have Saquon Barkley, who is in serious contention to be offensive player of the year. And then you have Jaden Daniels, who is
Not MVP.
the very much favorite to be offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even close right
Yeah.
now.
So
So,
Caleb Williams, you suck. You suck. Exactly. No, he doesn't suck.
and like, what happened there?
He doesn't suck. If Chicago could be bad, I'm always happy Chicago can be bad. Detroit can be bad, I'm happy they can be bad. Green Bay, die. But but other than that, yeah. So that's all I got to say.
But man, I don't know. I'm liking Commanders here.
Yes, I think they're
I like. It's tough. It's tough to root against the Eagles inside of their own home.
And then Dallas is just yeah. So we don't. So I think
We don't talk about Dallas
so
or the
we-
Giants. We haven't talked about the Giants in 10 years.
So yeah, between those two, this is the dog fight. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a really fun game. I'm definitely gonna. What time is that game?
That's Thursday Night Football, 8:15.
Okay, bet. Oh, tomorrow?
That's tomorrow.
Okay, bet.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm watching that. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm taking Commanders with the points here.
bet.
Moving on to another huge matchup for.
Also, I think I brought this up last time. I'm so happy the NFL decided to do division
matchups
games
on
for the Thursday Night Football. I think they one of these. I think it was a couple weeks ago.
It makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Like you get those rivalry games
yeah.
where anything
They
can
were
happen.
doing last year. Ugh.
Well, it's like you have all these teams that like were like fringe playoff predictions or
Yeah.
like dark horse playoff candidates, and then they just ended up sucking.
Yeah,
And
but
so
I
it just
think
turned
also
into bad football.
I think they were just trying to make they were like Amazon, just take out the games we don't like. Here, like
that's true.
here you go, Amazon. Now Amazon's like, no, we want
We're getting our money's worth.
exactly. So,
We have a stellar. I'm gonna be honest. I love the Thursday Night Football presentation of the game.
yeah.
I love their panel. I love Ryan Fitzpatrick, Richard.
I mean,
Sherman,
all
Andrew
those people.
Whitworth.
Yeah.
It's a great panel.
Yeah, there's a great panel.
A bunch of great personalities on there.
Tony Gonzalez, yeah. So.
Yep, Tony Gonzalez is on there too. Yep.
And then they even though when they have freaking Lamar, what am I not thinking? Running back.
what are you talking
The running back, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
about? Oh, well, they got Marshawn Lynch on there.
And the commercial and everything. He's like, and they got like it's just a big thing. And it's always, I love that. I don't know why. I love Marshawn
I think
Lynch.
I saw somewhere that they're also adding Lil Wayne to the panel.
Yeah, I did see
Yeah.
that. They're going to be doing that. I did see that. I've seen that on.
It was like I saw
was
a
Sunday
notification. It was like
Yeah.
it was like now who will be joining us for the rest of the season every single week? Lil
Wayne.
Tunechi.
Lil
That's
Tunechi.
what it was because
Yeah.
it was the at
Yeah.
Lil Tunechi.
Yeah, shout out to Lil Tucci, bro.
Like what is Lil Wayne? I guess he knows ball.
You didn't
He's
know that?
I did know that, but I guess I didn't realize he knew it to the point where he could be like an analyst.
Yeah, so obviously shout out to Skip Bayless. He gone, but he was on Skip's show. He did the intro, but he used to be talking about football. His favorite team is Green Bay. He's always been a big football fan. All he does, he literally always say, all I do is rap and watch sports. That is literally his job. That's all he does is rap and watch sports. That's it. So I wish I had that much free time.
That's what I'm saying. Moving on to Ravens at Steelers. The Ravens are 3-point favorites in Pittsburgh. Over-under is set at 48.5. I think this is going to be a defensive battle.
I don't know the history of how they played each other the last couple years, but I mean that offense has been very, very good. Especially now they got that component of playing smash mouth football with Derrick Henry if need be. I'll say this: if the Steelers stop Derrick Henry early in the game, their game plan is going to change because every time I've seen the Ravens play. Sorry, I've seen the Ravens play that first quarter. If they don't get Derrick Henry started, they should stop going to him. And if they're in the goal line situation, they'll go to him. But if they don't get him started early, they just start going pass heavy. So that's going to be very interesting how they play him.
I want to give you the stat in the last 5 years. The Ravens are 2-7 against the Steelers.
Wow.
Going back the last 5 years.
I want to know what's Lamar's record, because he didn't, you got to remember 2 years ago he probably missed like at least three of those games.
Lamar's record versus the Steelers in his career. Not Lamar Miller. Remember Lamar Miller?
Shout out to Lamar Miller, running back.
Lamar
from
Jackson
Texas.
is 2-4 versus the Steelers in his career.
Okay.
He's averaging. Let's see. He's only averaging 145 yards a game passing in those games.
Okay, this might really. I mean, if I've got to be honest, if this is gonna be a defensive game, the Ravens' defense is garbage. It's so weird to say this, that the Ravens' defense.
It's
is
crazy, right?
It's so weird to say that.
It almost
bad.
feels like sacrilegious to say it.
Like, am I in the Twilight Zone?
Am I allowed to say this?
This is like this is so weird. Like, the Ravens' defense is not good. Like,
It's bizarre.
it's very weird.
So yeah, over under set at 48.5. I think is high. I think this is going to be a 20-17 kind of game.
Yeah, I can see that.
And again, I almost like the underdog here. I like the Steelers just going back and taking a look at previous records. For whatever reason, the Steelers have had the Ravens number, and they're at home in Pittsburgh. This is a division defining game too.
Usually that game is so, like, it's gritty.
Yeah,
It's a very
you
gritty
take
game.
an AFC North matchup, and it's
Oh my god! If I had to think, if I thought about any other teams, like in probably since I've watched football, as far as division games, that is the most grittiest game. Always, like, it's always like, just, you're like, these men do not like each other.
Yeah.
They do not like each other.
I can only imagine just George Pickens during that game.
Oh yeah, George Pickens might try to.
We might see another Antonio Brown flying kick.
Is Kyle Hamilton's hurt, right?
Yes.
Okay. So.
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton. So, and that's the thing that kind of opens things up for the Ravens is the secondary sucks and their best players out. And let Russ cook. I'm coupling all this together. Russell Wilson has been on fire since he started playing for the Steelers. I like the Steelers. I'm going to take the Steelers outright, to be completely honest.
Okay, you're taking money line. Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking Steelers money line for sure. Actually, I want to see.
He threw 3 touchdowns last game.
So
It's a Pat Frymuth, and he threw one to. I forgot who.
So far, yeah, passer rating 105, 737 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, and 1 pick.
Okay.
Yeah, he's averaging 245 passing yards a game.
Okay,
So-
Russ.
That's an important stat to know, because if we're kind of looking at his passing props, the prop is only sitting at 219.
I mean, we just talked about this being a gritty game, so. And then but now you're trying to say, so now, hey.
Now listen, gritty, but that doesn't stop passing yards from flying.
Okay.
I think there's gonna be a lot of yardage between the 20s. You're gonna see a lot of yardage between the 20s, but I think this is gonna be a tight scoring game. I think both these defenses are gonna clamp up in the red zone, but I think there's going to be a decent amount of yardage.
Okay.
Yeah, Russ smoked 215 in his last 2 games.
All right, let dude. Does he? Well, I was about to say, does he get a new contract? But he's getting paid next year too. So
Yeah, I would take Russell Wilson in the over, and then I would take Steelers outright. Bundle that into a little parlay. We're sitting at plus 287. You couple the under on that.
I'm not tired. I promise. I just keep.
It is late. It's 9:30. You couple that with the under.
Yeah.
Plus 763. Steelers money line. Russell Wilson over passing yards in the match minus 48.5. Plus 763 for a 3-legger.
Damn.
Low key.
That's good. And that's as far as you'll go. Only 3 legs.
Maybe I'll throw in just for you. I'll throw in an anytime touchdown. Derrick Henry. You put a Derrick Henry touchdown in there, it goes up to plus 2136.
And that's real money right there, baby.
That's
Throw a
$10
little
to
throw
200
20. Yeah, I
bucks.
was about to say throw $20 on there. 400.
Boom.
400.
Just like that. I might
Yeah, I'm excited them right
get
now.
so many ideas. Moving on to your Vikings
Yes, sir.
at Tennessee Titans. Minnesota is only 6-point favorites.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with 6 points. I'll take it.
Would you take -6?
Yeah, I'll take it.
I think
That's
I would
sorry.
slam that.
That's sorry. That's
Actually, the line has shifted
Since when?
in favor of Tennessee. Now the Vikings are 5.5-point favorites.
This guy.
I'm just saying, take the money. Take the 5.5. Easy. Honestly, I'm taking an alternate spread here. I'm taking.
What you doing? 10? We doing 9.5?
I'll do 6.5.
Oh, sucker.
Although, -10. Honestly, -13.5 looks enticing for this game.
That's crazy. To win by two touchdowns is tough.
I
And NFL is very hard.
mean, you're looking at plus 255. Just throw it into the parlay. You throw that in the parlay, it goes up to plus 78.39.
Oh my God, this dude. I'm not
$5 on that? Yeah, $350. Sure.
50, yeah.
I don't know. I'm taking that. I mean, obviously, I love the Vikings here. I think it's going to be not close. But
Yeah.
obviously, we had to talk about your Vikings on this matchup. Now, we have the
Sam
game of the
Darnold,
week.
Sam Darnold 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That'll be
Do they don't even have props yet for that game.
Aaron Jones with a touchdown.
They don't got props for it yet.
I'm just telling you what's gonna happen. I don't need the props. I already know
I'll
what's gonna
put it
happen.
up. I'll put it up.
Jordan Addison with a touchdown too.
All right. You're cooking. Someone's cooking over there.
Mm-hmm.
Got a big matchup now. Game of the week.
Yeah.
Chiefs
Chiefs
at
versus
Bills.
Bills. Yeah.
Come on. Tell me that's not game of the week.
That is game of the week. I mean, what is that? 425 game?
425. Romo and Nance are going to be there. Bills are 2.5-point.
Of course,
favorites.
Romo's gonna be there. Duh.
It's going to be a.
He's not gonna cover a Cowboys
It's
game.
Romo. It's going to be a Romo slob off.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Over under.
Patrick Mahomes, bring a towel.
Oh man, it's gonna be. Oh wow, hello, yeah, 46.5 is the over under. The sports books want a shootout for this so bad.
Do they?
It's not gonna be that. This is gonna be 21-17.
Yeah, I can see that.
I guess. I mean, that would technically be the over.
I mean, yeah, because
Or no, that
like
would
I
be.
said,
the,
I've not been impressed by the Chiefs' offense. I mean, obviously they look good with D-Hop, but last game they didn't look good. But it's just, I don't know. I just haven't been impressed. The weaponry, obviously, people getting hurt. You said Pacheco's not playing this week. Kareem Hunt. And then,
I think the Bills match up very well against the Chiefs, and this might come back and bite me next week when I talk about it.
Mhm.
But I think that the Bills, in their current state of their defense, match up very well against Patrick Mahomes because the Bills have more of a strength in their back seven versus their front four.
Right.
And honestly, yes, Kareem Hunt has been good, but I don't think he's going to be a game changer against the
I can
Bills.
see that.
So, I mean,
I just want to know how you guys' offensive line is going to hold up. That's really my
Chris
thing.
Jones, George Karlaftis. I mean, they
Yeah,
got
you
some guys on that
you
defensive
guys'
line.
offensive line. I mean, y'all been. Don't get me wrong. The last couple games, you guys' offensive line.
The
looked
O
great.
line has been
Yeah.
borderline elite this
Yeah.
year. This is the best. I think this is the best O
Except
line that
against that
Josh
Ravens
Allen
game.
has ever had. Oh yeah, we don't want to talk about the Ravens game.
Which is crazy. I still think about like that. The Ravens. I don't know if they're just playing you guys hard, but that Ravens defense is trash. I was like, what is going on?
It's
Because
a
if you
week
look
to
in
week
hindsight,
league.
it's like, what happened?
I'll tell you what. I think what it came down to was the Ravens just wanted that win more.
Yeah, maybe.
That was the Bills were 3-0. The Ravens were 0-3. They needed this win if they wanted to stay alive.
Yeah, because what the heck?
And yeah, they came out there and stopped the Bills. But going into this, I mean, I think I'm almost glad that the Chiefs won last week so that they weren't, momentum is a real thing. You don't want a pissed off Chiefs coming into Buffalo. I'd rather have them
They always
win
say
off
that
of
about.
that.
They always say that about. You do not want to piss off Mahomes.
No, you do not want to piss off Mahomes. And historically, in a regular season,
You beat him.
the Bills have had the Chiefs number.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, I'm looking up the stats.
I think he has really good stats against the Chiefs in the season during the season.
Honestly, in both. It's never
playoffs,
Josh
too.
Allen. Yeah. Josh Allen
He
has a passer rating of 97.7 when he faces the Chiefs. 9 touchdowns, 2 picks in 4 games.
Oh yeah, he's lit.
He's
that's a 2
averaging right around 300 yards a game.
He balls out against you guys.
Yeah.
He just the other guy just
The other guy just happens to be Patrick Mahomes.
Like-
That's what it comes down to.
it's just the
And
other
for
guy.
whatever reason, there's going to be some sort of voodoo magic that
Yeah.
it's gonna something's gonna happen where it's gonna be a deep ball. It's good. Bills are gonna lose to another Hail Mary. That's what it's gonna come down to.
I don't want that to happen.
I don't want that to happen either. But if this dark magic is still hanging over the Chiefs,
They're finding every way to win.
DeAndre Hopkins. Remember who it is that's gonna be playing them.
Dang, that's crazy. Shout out to Kyler Murray.
Yeah. And now Patrick Mahomes is tossing that.
That was week 12 that year.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, we're getting that. It's week 11 this week. Something with
crazy.
the Bills and like just season shifting always happen.
You guys cursed? Have you guys thought about that? Are the Bills cursed?
1,000%. Yeah, it's the curse. It's
Who did it? What happened? How did it happen?
you know who we need to call for that? Moranto. Moranto would know exactly.
he
He'd
just
be able
left.
to pinpoint that game. I know he just locked out the building.
Yeah. Dang.
He'd be able to pinpoint the exact game that everything changed.
Rancho.
As long as I've been alive, it's been.
So next week we got. I want to know when if Moranto's here, when the Bills got cursed. When was the exact moment?
I'll call it out just for you.
I'm like, shout out to Taj. You know.
He's gonna be. He's like, it's actually gonna be when this happens.
Exactly. He's gonna give
exactly
a
that.
large rant, and I'm gonna love it.
Last game I want to preview. Oh, also we didn't take our bets. Who do you think is gonna win this game?
I think the Chiefs. No, not Chiefs. I'm sorry. Ooh. Bree just.
There was an audible gasp from Bree in the background.
It's crazy. Bree is my ride home. She I almost had to walk.
She's crashing the whip on the way home.
I got the Bills actually by 2.
Like I said, I think the Bills match up really
So
well
1.5,
against this
so.
Chiefs team. And again, the Chiefs have the Bills have had the Chiefs number in the regular season.
Bills
The last
1.5.
Bills won. You think it's going to come down to another one-score game?
Yep.
I actually do like where the line is at -2.5. I'd take Bills -2.5.
Okay.
I think they win by a field goal.
Okay.
Over under, I think this is going to be an under.
Yeah, you said 2017, right? What is it?
I think it's going to be
What is the over?
46.5.
Yeah.
I'm taking this to be like a 2017 game.
Okay. I can see that in 21 17, 21 14, something like that. No.
Not a lot of scoring out there.
Yeah.
Although the weather is going to be beautiful,
17,
it's
14.
going to be perfect football weather, but I don't like how both these.
I mean, technically, it's gonna be a night game.
Oh yeah, it's going to be dark.
It's gonna be dark as hell.
It's going to be dark.
By the time that first quarter is done, it's gonna be a night game.
Yeah.
So
1,000%. Yep. Gotta love it. It's perfect football weather.
yeah.
Got one more game to preview, and then we'll be getting us out of here because it's late. Bengals at Chargers. Big matchup for the AFC wildcard.
Bengals gonna smack them.
You think so?
Yes.
Bengals are 1.5-point dogs.
Take it.
Take money line.
Take that.
I'm taking mony line. I'm right there with
I'm
you.
taking Bengals plus because I think that's that'd be better. I take Bengals. I would literally alter that and take Bengals -1, -2.5.
You take them to win by a field goal.
Yeah.
Bengals. Let's see where we're at.
Probably like a plus 150.
-2.5, 132.
Okay, 150. Yeah. So.
You got them winning by a touchdown. It's plus 250.
Okay.
You could just like go all out and take them by 2 touchdowns.
You wouldn't even do that. So.
I wouldn't do that. But no, I'm right there with you. I like the Bengals here. It's Monday Night Football against the Chargers. I don't know. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have woken up.
I'm whooping feet.
They have woken up.
Yeah, they smack. Yeah, I don't know what's in there.
They lost last week, but they woke up.
They lost, but they won.
Yep.
In a sense that they like, oh yeah, we this is it.
This is us.
And this is also showing that T. Higgins You're gone, bro.
TTYL.
T, you are gone, bro. T Higgins, you gone, bro. I don't know where you going, but you gone. That's
Buffalo?
all. That guy,
Buffalo?
maybe, but that game
Probably
after that, I was like,
You're not needed.
I don't know where you going, but you don't gotta go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Can't stay here.
You can't stay here. You gone, boy.
Yep, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
No, this is going to be a fun matchup, but ultimately, I think the Bengals are going to win this one.
Yeah.
Pretty soundly. I feel pretty confident in this one. If I had to take an underdog lock of the week, it'd be this one right here.
I agree.
And at that, it's 9:38 Eastern Standard Time, so I'm going to let you guys go today. We're sitting at just an hour 10 on the show, right where I wanted it to be. So, Good timing. My friend Taj, thank you for...
Wake up the members of my nation. Am I the only person that used to watch iCarly?
No,
Bro,
come on.
I used to love that show.
Banger. Absolute banger.
But yeah.
But thank you, as always, for coming on and contributing. It's always a fun time having you in here, and we get a lot of good reactions when when you're in here. We get good bits, good talking bits, good sound bites.
I love it. All right.
Again, congratulations on...
Thank you. I'm very, very happy. Very, very
most
proud.
professional. Congratulations.
You know.
Take a bow. Take a bow. And thank you, Mateo, for producing every single week. As always, going there on the ones and twos. You're killing it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bree. I don't know. I'm.
Yes.
Bree helped with the camera work.
Production squad.
Yeah.
Stepped in and-
Maranto, she might need a job. I'm just saying.
Yeah, get her on payroll.
You know?
Get her on payroll. She helped with the set design, and she helped design the camera. She said to me today, she said, I want to get better at this.
She want to take
So,
initiative.
shout out for being an amazing girlfriend, as always, and thank you.
She's like cringe.
Next. And then thank you to all who stuck with us. I don't think I have anyone live listening right now, but thank you to whoever listens to this after we're live and then sticks with me to the very end. So thank you very much. Thank you to Emerge, BICB Radio Network, and thank you to everyone else. Thank you for our sponsors. See you guys next Friday on the show. We'll be